Doug, what are you drinking tonight, man?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I have three pale ales spread out in front of me right now, and I was trying to decide which one I wanted to talk about. A new one, a local one, or one that people rave about all across the world, seems like. So I decided I'm going to go with the one of the three that's the best, which is Zombie Dust. Um, Now, most of the time when I've had this in the past, I haven't much cared for it. I just kind of thought it was kind of a middle of the road, pale ale, nothing, to write home about. But I don't know if maybe this,
Blaspheme.
yeah, I don't know if this particular bottle is fresh, more fresh than in the past. It's about, I don't know, it's about a month and a half old. Looks
Oh,
like. But yeah,
That's fresh, sir.
yeah, it is.
yeah. I mean, the aroma on this is just amazing, and when you first get it, you get that kind of malty sweetness, and it's not too hop forward at first, but then you get that hop bitterness just lingers and lingers and lingers. And in comparison to the other ones I'm drinking, they just don't have that hop presence. And I could be wrong, but I believe this is just Citra hops, maybe. I think it's only Citra.
I'm not sure.
But it's really good. And I don't know what I first read this on Untapped, and I could look, but that would take me too much time.
Where does that fall in on the SRMs? What's the color of it? If you still
You
have
know,
the
it's
glass?
it's actually it's quite light compared to like other ones that have there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a grassy, orangey kind of. It's not, and it's definitely not as clear as Ricky's is. The other two I have appear to be, I don't know, more filtered or something. But this one definitely has it's kind of a goldish, but it's hazy. That light's making it way brighter than it really is. But
That might be vegetation floating around in there from the dry hopping too.
yeah, I mean, like I don't remember, and it's been probably a year since I last had this, and I do not remember the aroma on this just being so aggressive. Because you really get that kind of grapefruity, tropical notes from that Citra, but it almost like has like that kind of ammonia-esque, or that you get from like something like Deviant Dales or some of the big IPAs, double IPAs.
Well, that would be the Citra hop that you're assuming is in there. I don't know the hop build on that. I don't know if it's single hopped all the way through, or if it's just dry hop with Citra. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Definitely something. There's got to be a viewer out there that knows all about Zombie Dust. That is always listed among the top 1 or 2 or 3 pale ales in the market.
I've had it and thought it was incredible. I thought it almost towed the line, like definitely towed the line between pale ale and IPA.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think like between like this one, I don't know the ABV on it, and I was also looking on the stats as far as like I don't know if it says it on here. I don't know, like the stats on like pale ales versus IPAs just a moment ago, and they had pale ales being to like 6% alcohol and 50 IBUs, but IPAs starting at like 6% and 50 IBUs. So there's kind of a gray area, and I think both the two pale ales that I like of this group, the Zombie Dust and the other one, like they're both, about 60 IBUs. So they're kind of, I mean, you probably could just call them, an IPA, but
6.4%, Doug.
okay. So I mean, that's kind of borderline of what a pale ale and IPA.
Well, Doug, that's definitely a classic that you have there, man. And I don't, regardless of my palate changes with the time of the year. So like now I'm starting to come off of the stout kick and going more. But I think this pale ale was a perfect transition tonight. But I don't think I'd ever turn down Zombie Dust, man. So that's definitely
Yeah, and I had gotten these other two specifically for this night, and then I remember talking to one of my buddies at work. He had just gotten a 6-pack of this in trade. I'm like, you have any more? He's like, yeah, I've got one left. You can have it. I'm like, awesome.
cool. Well, Doug Nolan, Zombie Dust, 3 Floyds, Trace Floyds. There we go.
Floyd. Yeah.